Hello and welcome to episode 8 of the Isla Paradiso bunch. In this episode, Judy has to work very hard at her diving skill because she needs to find an island that she can only find if her diving skill is level 10 or above. As you could see from that map, there's still a lot of islands to uncover, although we have uncovered more than that map indicates. So the first part of the video is going to be concentrating on Judy's diving skill. We've already found 4 islands. The islands we've found so far are Beryl Shoals, Refuge Island, Plunder Cove and Plumbob Island. And the island we're hoping to find in this episode is Diver's Den. Diver's Den has a 50 by 60 lot on it, but mostly that is underwater. And it's my plan to build a resort on Diver's Den Island, and that resort will be developed to be a 5-star resort because they need to be running a 5-star resort to find an island. The only 3 islands left to find after we have finished finding this 5th one will be Mermaid's Secret, No Trouble Atoll, where you have to create a 5-star resort, and K to the City, where Sam is going to be finding that one when he can rescue 35 Sims after becoming a level 10 at the lifeguard career. Judy's diving at Pearl's Deep. As you can see, the sea life is much more plentiful at Pearl's Deep, and there's some interesting things to find quite often, such as we're seeing the seahorses and other things that you don't see quite as much of in the other dive lots. This is the most complex dive lot. I think they need to be a level 8 or 9 diver to be able to get into Pearl's Deep. Judy is almost a level 10 diver at this point, but it takes a long time to progress between level 9 and level 10 in the scuba diving skill. We won't be necessarily being with Judy the whole time that she's practicing her diving and getting her skill up. She'll be scuba diving and snorkeling quite a lot while we are also either with her or with some of the other Sims in the household. However, this will be largely a diving video because it's all about diving to find this final island for Judy, which is called Diver's Den. Of course, there's more to it than just getting to level 10 of diving skill. She's got a few other little things she's got to work out what to do. It's not actually set down. You just have to work it out as you go along. What can she do now that she couldn't do before? There she is catching some tragic clownfish. They're quite tragic that they get caught because they're so pretty. Hope she doesn't get into a shark fight. I don't want to lose her when we're this close to being a level 10 diver. That was close. Fortunately, that shark decided to just pass her by. But then I don't think she's got a lot of meat and fish, or she's got a lot of fish in her inventory, but she doesn't have much meat. She hopefully doesn't have any steak at all. There's quite a variety of things here for her to catch. She's got all sorts of catfish, and that's a hermit crab there, I think. Not everything is clickable either. Not all of the fish, you click on them for to catch them, and you can't click. They just won't accept the fact that they're there to be caught, so you can't catch them. She's got to look around and see what else she can find. Judy's got the lungs of steel lifetime reward, so she can stay underwater indefinitely until she just gets so tired or hungry that she has to go home to eat or sleep. But she doesn't run out of air while she's underwater. And she is chasing one of the little sharks, the ones that she can actually catch. All this underwater sea life, most of it that is not available to be caught with a fishing rod, that shark you can catch with a fishing rod, but things like the seahorses and a few other of the fish that you can get down on the ocean floor, there's no bait for them, so she doesn't have to learn the bait because you can't catch them with a fishing rod. I thought that was interesting, the boat's shadow on the ocean floor there. I think this dive is just about over. Nearly time for her to go back up to the surface. When she gets back up to the surface, we'll send her snorkeling to keep building her diving skill. She'll still find things while she's snorkeling, picks up all sorts of things, including toys and shells and whatever, and sometimes even gems. Back at home, Dianna's got an opportunity to jog for 1 hour, so she sets off to do some jogging. We'll see a little bit of the scenery around Isla Paradiso, some of the scenery that we've not actually seen before. And some of it's quite plain, it's just grass. But other parts of it are pretty with flowers and buildings that she jogs by. She's had this opportunity for quite a while, but I've been just leaving it there because I've been trying to get Hayley and Judy to find islands. Judy might as well be practicing her scuba diving or snorkeling while we're doing other things, because she's still building her diving skill while she's snorkeling, and we don't need to be there with her while she's doing that. There's some tourists in town as well, and all sorts of interesting sights. It's still middle of autumn here, so we've got a lot of trees with brown leaves or missing leaves. I think she's nearly come to the end of her jog. And then she'll have to report in. She's got some sort of a instrument in her inventory that records how far she's run or jogged, and she'll have to return that to someone. Here she is. I think she's nearly finished, and then she can report in. Those flowers are there all year round. They're special trees. They don't get affected by the snow or the heat or the cold. They just flower all the time. Sort of trees you like to have in your garden. So now you've seen a bit of Isla Paradiso that you probably wouldn't have seen if she hadn't gone for a little jog around town. There's some more trees that flower all year round. She's ready to report in now. Let her go jump in the boat. Go find the person she's got to report into. Off she goes in her boat. Judy must have water taxi out where she's snorkeling. I think Hayley's at home reading fishing books. She hasn't got, oops, the boat sank. Hayley came back up to the surface, thank goodness. She's got to swim ashore. This must be one of the beaches that they have, the lifeguards have, but there's no lifeguards there today. Don't know if Sam just didn't show up or if he's working at another beach. That's the one she's got to report in to that person there. So they have a little chat first. You don't want to waste too much of an effort reporting in straight away. Let's have a chat, get to know each other, and then report in. Only when you absolutely have to, and you can't get out of it. She'd much rather drop that command and keep chatting. I want to finish this opportunity to get it out of the way. She's got paid 550 simoleons for it. That's a good prize. Now let's go back to Judy, get her diving again. She's still got the blue bar above her head, so she's still gaining diving skills. She hasn't got to level 10 yet. There's quite a few townies at that dive spot as well. It's pearls deep. It's nearly time. Come on, Judy, go back down again. It's what you can find next time, now while you're down there again this time. Down you go. When she gets to level 10, she'll be able to change into a different diving suit if she wants to. But until she gets to level 10, it's just this one. Just the one diving suit that she's got. As a level 10 diver, when every time she goes to dive, I'll have to choose between a retro suit or this one. Might as well catch the seahorse and the catfish. I think they're Siamese catfish. Guess you've seen enough of seahorses for now. We won't show them much more again. Oh, look, there's a lobster. It's the first one of them we've seen today. At least you can catch the lobster. It's a nice big one. Here she comes. You can see the shadow on the bottom of the ocean. And she swims across to the poor lobster. Goodbye, Mr. Lobster. He'll be in Judy's inventory in a minute. There he goes. Wonder if we've got a saltwater fish tank back at the house. I'm not sure. Let's see if we can buy one. Now, here we are. We can see there's now only 5 islands to find. There's actually only 4 islands to find, I think, at this point, because I got a bit mixed up in the order of showing my 2 videos, 7 and 8. And apparently Judy found Diver's Den before Hayley found the Refuge Island. But I showed you Refuge Island last week. So we're seeing Diver's Den this week. So there's actually 1 more island discovered already than the map indicates. I actually got them to work towards both islands at the same time. And so I had one diving, then the other one diving, until Hayley got into a shark fight. And at that point, she was able to finish off to find the Refuge Island. Here we go. Judy must be a level 10. Well, she is level 10. She couldn't open that dive chase until she got to level 10. And we can see that the blue bar's not above her head anymore. So she found 5,000 simoleons, a large crystal ball cut rainbow gem, a large plutonium ingot, an emerald, a Mr. Mariner gnome, a ruby, and a yellow sapphire. And I happen to know that that other treasure chest, which is just across the way there, is also only opened by a level 10 diver. So I'll send her across there to open that one. Then she can catch that black goldfish. There's another. She's often got other Sims down there with her when she's diving. I don't know who it is. Somebody from town. I rarely send more than one of my household members down diving at a time. Although once they've got all the islands, anything can happen. I might send them all down diving. There's only 2 that have got a high diving skill though, and Judy's the only one at level 10. So now she can do anything. Now she's a level 10 diver, including find the island called Diver's Den, which is where we're going to build the resort. And out of that chest she found 3,000 simoleons, an ancient fish fossil, 3 gold, and a large marquee cut luminous gem. Now what can she do? She hasn't found the island yet. She might have to catch a few more fish. I'm not real sure. Not like a look at that cave. It's got tentacles. I'm going to have to reset it, because if I send her in there before resetting it, she'll just end up on the beach. then we've got to wait for a depressurize for 2 hours. Use NRAS debug enabler because I've already got Shimrod's dive cave fix mod in, but we've still got to use the NRAS debug enabler to reset the dive cave. When it's reset, the tentacles vanish. Now she can go in there and explore the dive cave, and we'll see what she can find in there. I think it's a scary looking cave because it looks to me like some sort of a monster's mouth. It's got 2 sharp teeth hanging down from the roof. It's just like swimming into the mouth of a cave. It reminds me of some of those sci-fi movies I've watched over the years where they, well, I think it was in one of the Star Wars movies where they flew inside a place which they thought it would be a refuge, a big cave, and they found it was actually inside the mouth of a monster that wanted to eat them. And that cave reminds me of that. Just like a monster's mouth. She's going in though. She's a brave Judy. I wouldn't be going in there if it was me. I suppose I'm only letting her go in there because I know she's pixels, and if she gets munched up by the cave, well, I can send her, just say, close without saving. You'll be in there for a while, Judy. See the teeth on the left-hand side there, coming down from the top of the cave? That looks like 2 sharp teeth to me, just next to that blue light on the left. Scary stuff. But she's still in there. I can see the bubbles coming out. I think she's getting a scary feeling too that she's gone into a monster's mouth. But she manages to shake off the horrible feeling that she's gone into the doom of the monster's belly. With the sharp teeth. Oh, come on, Judy. Can't be in there for much longer. What are you looking for? Can't be in there. We have to go somewhere else to look for it. Ah, there it is. She found something. It says, "You've found a new exit to the cave system. Do you wish to see where it leads?" Could possibly just take her to the beach, which is what often happens. But which beach? So let's go find out. I sped it up a bit so it wouldn't take so long. There he is. The game's taken over control again, and looks like she's been thrown to the beach on a hidden island that's just been revealed. The diver's den, I presume. And all that money going up there, plus simoleons, those big numbers, they're all from Jeannie putting her harvest into the hardboiled harvest stands, consigning it. So there it is. It's mainly all underwater, but I'm sure we'll find a creative way of getting around that problem. Build a resort on this beach, on this island. Maybe we'll have a basement resort with just some fun things above ground. We'll have to run around on the island and see what you can find. So that means we've only got 3 islands left to find now. This would be island number 5. The 3 we've got left to find are Mermaid Secret, where the mermaid's going to take somebody to an island when they're diving. That mermaid just decides when it's going to happen. There's nothing much that you can do about that. And the one from when you're no trouble at all, where they've got to create a 5-star resort, which we're going to put on this island, which is Diver's Den, and cater the city. where Sam's got to rescue 35 Sims and get the top of the diving career. Send Judy home now she's found the island. That should be a fairly quick trip because we don't have to watch it go all the way. And here she is back home. Let's put the little diving gnome out of her inventory and give it a name. I always name a new gnome when I find one. I just accept their default name. I never actually make up a name for them. And the reason I do it is so that if I happen to come across a gnome, I can check what its name is. And if it doesn't have a name, well, then I know it's a gnome I haven't come across before and that we've actually got a new gnome and they're multiplying or coming from somewhere. Jeannie's going obviously hungry. She's going to make something to eat. There's plenty of harvestables in that fridge. It's absolutely full. There's a cackling knackerbell lying down next to another pumpkin. Don't know who that is. Some sim from town, I think, just standing there watching. That pumpkin looks pretty demolished to me. Now these are two gnomes that Craig has pulled out of the wishing well. One of them is for stray dogs, the other one's for stray cats. And you can change them so that they either encourage or discourage the strays. So he's pulled both of them out of the wishing well, so might as well leave them out front. I think there's a one for wildlife as well, but we haven't got it yet. It's Jeannie. She's learning cooking while she's cooking herself something to eat. It's one of Muriel's paintings in the background. I'm going to have to send Muriel to the City Hall to join the painting career. Been talking about that since just about video 2 or 3, whatever it was, that we started talking about Muriel, adding her to the game. Might have even been video 1, because she wants to, her lifetime wish, she needs to get the top of painting and guitar skill. Now down in the wishing well, we've got fireflies tonight. Sometimes it's pixies and sometimes it's fireflies and sometimes it's nothing. But tonight the fireflies have come to visit. Diana's going to go and do a bit of fishing. That was Mickey. I was going to cut Mickey out, but, well, you see his picture every day on the forums if you are on the Sims 3 forums. So there you go. That's what he sounds like. There's a gnome, cackling knackerbell. They scatter themselves all around the place. I'm actually surprised that the 2 little dogs are so quiet because they're under my feet the whole time I'm recording all of this. I just bathed Mickey a little while ago. Now I've got to bath Mia, and we're going to go out shortly. There's Sultan Sam Gnome. Now we've got Muriel. She's just had something to eat. And Kitty Cat's there with her. She's taken a painting off the easel and she's going to ring up to join the painting career, because I decided it's about time she'd actually joined a career instead of being unemployed. And here she is setting off the City Hall. She's got some papers to sign. That path we're all very familiar with now, that they always run down when they need to get in their boat to go somewhere, and she's got the family boat this time. We don't often see Muriel in the boat. She's usually just stuck at home with her big red stir-crazy moodlet, which we should get rid of this time. Now she has to catch a taxi. She obviously doesn't have the family car in her inventory. And off she goes to City Hall. There it is. She's got to City Hall very quickly. She goes inside. And yes, she wants to join the painting career. She's going to start selling her paintings now. Not just painting, she's got to sell paintings. And when she comes out, she can go back home again. Such an exciting life for one little sim. That's a big outing for the week, I think. Might have to send her with a portable easel and send her around town and set it up, painting different places around town. See how that goes. I haven't tried that with a sim yet. It's about time I tried something. But she's got to deliver 3 sculptures, 3 wooden sculptures, and so she might as well do one. I've actually put some in her inventory, and I don't know if you've noticed or not, but that beautiful wooden elephant has gone from the middle of the floor there. The elephant that I was so enjoying having in the room. And when she's finished this sculpture, she'll have to run off to deliver it to the people who want it. And the people who want it happen to be found at the criminal headquarters. So you'll get a quick look at the criminal headquarters right at the very end of this episode. There's a little diving gnome in the garden. The garden's not looking too bad at the moment. The gardeners have got knocked off for the day. Looks like she's finished that sculpture. They're all hanging around there chatting and eating, and Josephine, I keep saying Josephine and I mean Jeannie, has now sold some more harvestables, but she needs to go out and put some more out because the amount of money she's getting each time is getting smaller and smaller. So there can't be very many left in those humble harvest stands around town. And there's lots and lots of harvestables in the fridge. So here goes Muriel. She's heading off to the criminal headquarters to deliver 3 wooden sculptures. And then that will be the end of this video. I do hope you've enjoyed it. It's been interesting putting it together. I've sort of had to unravel it a bit to get the 2 different islands discovered on 2 different days. And I ended up getting them mixed up. I should have put Haley's Island here. But not to worry. We found Refuge Island last week, and now we're finding Diver's Den this week. We found them both now. So next week we're going to be hopefully getting Mermaid's Secret. Here we are at the criminal headquarters. And that is the end of the video. When she delivers her sculptures, she'll make her own way home. We won't be watching her go home. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And carrots out.